We've had a busy start to the year in the United Kingdom, that much is certain. Whether we've been looking at social upheaval through a number of protests or the coronavirus pandemic, life is very different from what it was this time last year.
You need only glance at the front pages of many national newspapers to see that this was the case. The Black Lives Matter movement proved to be a social awakening for many people. The video that showed the killing of George Floyd, an unarmed black man in Minnesota, became the catalyst for worldwide protests, and the images that came from these movements often led the narrative of our country. So after some statues were toppled and others were cleaned of graffiti, many of those images and videos still resonate with people. Videos that provided such emotional reactions have been extremely powerful, and they provide essential reporting for such monumental movements. Yet not everyone believes all they see.
No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you stay categorical?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you stay
But Donald Trump isn't the only skeptical politician. In the United States, certain candidates are even calling out the video that displayed the killing of George Floyd as a fabricated deepfake. But what is a deepfake video? Well, it might look something like this. This is an example of facial reenactment, manipulating the features of a target's face. Reenactment does not aim to replace identities, but rather to contort a person's expressions so they appear to be saying or doing something that they are not in real life. So far, the most widely reported form of deepfake has been used in pornography, as many victims have had their face manipulated onto a video depicting graphic sexual images. To learn more about this, I spoke with Henry Ader, the head of threat intelligence at Deeptrace, a company dedicated to defending individuals and organizations against the threats posed by deepfakes and other forms of malicious visual media.
So the most prevalent forms of deepfakes that we found in our research are deepfake pornography. That is non-consensual swapping of someone's face or likeness into a pornographic video. Our research found 96% of deepfakes as of July of 2019 were pornographic, with the remaining 4% being kind of entertaining deepfakes, which were not explicit on places like YouTube featuring well-known celebrities. But moving forward, there are also plenty of potential use cases, for example, involving cybersecurity threats of impersonation and fraud, potentially even market manipulation if you have someone impersonating a CEO or something like this. And obviously as well, the deepfake pornography examples could feed into cases of revenge pornography or sextortion as well.
So how easy is this to do? Using a program online, I was able to try it out myself with some video manipulation. It was crude, but definitely shows the start of what is possible.
This short clip will show you just how easy it is to put together your own deepfake video. I'm not very skilled with computers, and I haven't tried coding before in my life, but even I was able to put together this short video in a matter of minutes. So imagine what a team of experts could do with a few hours and malicious intent.
Now, as you can see, it's not perfect. The audio's a little bit off, but it's not bad for an afternoon's work. But when videos like these can be faked, what does that mean when the truth is up for debate? And if I can make a fun video like this in one afternoon, what can the experts do, and should we be worried?
The impact has actually been much more kind of destabilizing processes by providing plausible deniability by saying real things are fake. And this is a concept referred to as the liar's dividend by Danielle Citron and Bobby Chesney in a paper back in August of 2018. And this idea has become quite pervasive, and we've seen impacting political processes in places like Gabon in Africa, in America recently, in the US, a case of a conspiracy theory that the George Floyd video was fake, was a deep fake, and that he died several years ago, which is obviously absurd, but it provides that kind of link for people to make what are absurd ideas sound plausible enough that a worrying number of people would start to believe them. So the impact of deepfakes as a concept right now is arguably causing more damage outside of the pornographic implications than actual applications of the videos themselves.
So if videos can be fabricated, is this the time to worry that truth is becoming objective? Might politicians be able to deny any unflattering gaffe, or, to a worse extent, any evidence of corruption? In short, the answer is no, not yet. I spoke with experts at the Centre for Data, Ethics and Innovation, an independent advisory body set up and tasked by the UK government to investigate and advise how we maximise the benefits of these technologies. And they say right now, the Achilles heel of deepfakes is the audio. That's what is currently stopping the production of many mainstream political deepfakes. So don't worry. CGI may show sci-fi battles in a galaxy far, far away, and it can also make Robert De Niro look 40 years old again. But this technology still has some growing to do before it becomes dangerous. Many private companies and independent bodies are advising the government with regular updates about this technology. Deepfakes have progressed a lot in the last 6 months, but what is impossible today might be possible in the next 6 months. We must be aware of this technology whilst it's still in its infancy, and collectively think how we want deepfake technology to progress.